What's up, guys? Higgins in Japan here with another edition of the Friday video. The Friday video is the video that I make right here in my car on the way home from work on a Friday. Let's make sure all the levels and all the things are working out right. Last time I made one of these videos, I didn't hit the record button, and that, if you don't know, can be a problem if you're making a video, not hitting the record button. Driving home from work on a Friday, guys, it's been a while. And so I decided that I'm going to make another Friday video for you guys to see me drive home from work. I'm actually not going directly home. There's a coffee shop near my apartment that I'm going to try to get to. Now, I don't have my GPS up, so at some point I'm probably just going to shut off the video, end things, and be on my way. But until then, let's have a little chat, shall we? It's been a while since I did one of these videos, and so a lot of things have happened. We had Golden Week vacation, which was great. Went down to Nagoya with some of my friends. We had a little mini road trip. If you follow me on like Twitter or whatever, you probably saw some of the pictures that I posted. Yeah, it was great. I'd never been to Nagoya other than like, let's see, maybe last year. I went to Nagoya, well, I went through Nagoya on the Shinkansen, so I was literally there for as long as it takes the train to stop and people to get off of the train. So, honestly, not that long, and I don't really count that as being in Nagoya. So, it was really fun. We actually stayed in an Airbnb, which was cool. Never done that before, and so that was fun. If you're unfamiliar with an Airbnb, like, you're literally just staying in someone's house. And so the lady that we stayed at her house, super cool. It was kind of funny, kind of weird. Like, we woke up the first night and just kind of out of nowhere, there was like a dude in the kitchen, and like, I think she had said something to us that like somebody was coming over, but we kind of assumed that it was going to be like another guest, like another house guest type person. And so like we wake up, this dude's like just chilling at the kitchen table, a whole bunch of food on the kitchen table, and he's like, hey, I made you guys some bread, there's some breakfast here. He's like, I'm a friend of the lady that owns the house. And we're like, cool. Hung out and talked with him for a while, and then he left, made us some more bread, made us a, I believe it was a mango cheesecake, and then, you know, left and disappeared into the night. The mysterious German man that made us cheesecake. No, but in all seriousness, it was great. And staying in an Airbnb was a really cool experience, and a lot cheaper than staying in a hotel, and a lot nicer usually. Or at least in this case, you know. Of course, it's an Airbnb, so who knows? Like, your results may vary, right? So, well, I'm gonna go. I don't know what that person's sitting there doing, trying to turn at a weird angle. But yeah, so it was fun. Got to see a couple different castles. One of which, Inuyama Castle, which is one of about, I believe, 12 original castles still standing in Japan. Obviously they've done some work to it, obviously restoration and stuff, but word of warning, if you want to go there, be prepared to climb some extremely steep stairs. Like, you walk into the castle, you got to take your shoes off and everything. You walk into the castle, and like, it's crazy. You take your shoes off and you climb up these stairs. At one point, there's like a beam that goes across the stairway. You gotta like duck underneath that as you're like climbing up these stairs. It was crazy. But it was really cool to see like a really old castle and go inside. Nowadays, a lot of castles in Japan will have like museums inside of them, or gift shops, or they pretty much have been restored to the point where they're kind of like no longer quote-unquote original on the inside. Which, one, it's cool to see, like, you know, artifacts, and it's cool to see stuff like that, but it's kind of weird seeing like an elevator in a Japanese castle, you know? Just kind of a weird thing to see. And so yeah, so that was Golden Week, and that was a lot of fun. And then came back, started back up work again, and have just been kind of going at it at work. And this week, I was on another episode of the Just Japan podcast. So we recorded it already, and so I don't know exactly when it'll be out. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, it will be out. If so, there will be a link in the description below. You guys can check that out. It was really cool. It was me, Kevin, and Mully back together again on the podcast, talking about things that you shouldn't do while you're in Japan. And not from any sort of like, oh, we're better than you type of attitude, but more along the lines of just, we've done stupid things and we've seen people do stupid things. And we want you guys to enjoy your time here in Japan. So if you're visiting or living, check out the podcast, because maybe, just maybe, it'll help you out. A couple pointers. And just know that it's not us coming from some sort of like high horse perspective, I've lived in Japan for over 5 years. Molly's lived in Japan for like 20 years or something ridiculous. Kevin's lived in Japan for 8 years, I believe. So we all have experience living in Japan, and we've all made mistakes. And like just some pointers, just some tips, just enjoy your time in Japan. But here's how to enjoy it maybe a little bit better. Who knows? It's all up to you. So I think that the cafe is close, but I could be wrong. I briefly glanced at the GPS location, and I've not actually ventured into this location of Utsunomiya before. So who knows what actually direction I should be going. But that's the whole fun of like exploring a new town, right? It's not it over there, is it? Nope. It's a lumberyard. So, that being said, if you got some time to check out the podcast, it's good, and we had some fun. And if you have questions or comments about life in Japan, about living in Japan, let us know. We'd be more than happy to answer and help you guys out. Because after all, that's why we're here, right? I'm not doing this for... Wait, okay, so there's Toners. That's the cafe, or that's not the cafe, but that's the, that's like a burger shop. And I think the cafe is near here. Alright. We might be close, guys. We might be close to a coffee shop. This place said it was like a fusion of like Western and Eastern. So like their menu was in English, basically. That's what that meant. But who knows? I think it's on the same road. It might just be up a ways here, if I remember. If my memory serves me well. And it usually doesn't. But, let's see. Do any of these look like coffee shops? Nope. They do not. Alright, well, I'm probably going to have to switch over to GPS, because I know that I'm in the area. I'm just not 100% sure where in the area. But that'll do it for me, and that'll do it for this edition of the Friday video. Me, Higgins in Japan. I don't know why this guy's riding my tail. Speed limit's 40. You need to settle yourself down, son. You need to slow your roll. I will catch you guys later on another edition of the Just Japan podcast. Nope, that's not my show. But that'd be funny, though. I will catch you on another edition of the Friday video with Higgins in Japan. Have a good one, guys. Peace.